because I predict these things.
Robert Whittaker takes on Reinier de Ridder this Saturday in the main event of UFC Fight Night Abu Dhabi. And this is a big step up in competition for Reinier de Ridder in the UFC, taking on Robert Whittaker, former champ coming off of a loss to Khamzat Chimaev. So I think this is going to be a really fun fight. It's a really good main event, and I'm looking forward to it. Robert Whittaker, 34 years old, so still in his prime, but getting up there in age. 6 foot with a 73.5-inch reach, and he's 26-8 in his career. Comes from a wrestling background. He's like an Australian national wrestling champion, won the Australian Cup, has a jiu-jitsu black belt. So very well-rounded, very crisp striking, good combos, quick jab, really good leg kicks, has that sneaky high kick that he disguises with the same side punch, and just has kind of a wide stance, floating on the outside in that split stance, blitzing opponents kind of like Stephen Thompson does, and just kind of keeps his hands low, throws punches from his waist from weird angles that kind of catch guys off guard, and has decent takedown defense at 81%, but he can be taken down. His chin is suspect as of late. Did get hurt by Paulo Costa at the end of round 1, and then obviously was TKO by Dricus du Plessis, which is really kind of just a power jab. Wasn't even a very powerful punch, just looked like he was timed perfectly. Taking on Reinier de Ridder, who's also 34, 6'4", with a 78-inch reach, and he's 20-2 in his career. So he's going to be 4 inches taller and have a 4.5-inch reach advantage. So Reinier de Ridder is definitely going to be the bigger guy. I would say that he's the natural middleweight, whereas Robert Whittaker, obviously, he fought at 170, moving up to 185. So definitely going to be the smaller guy in there, but going to be faster. Reinier de Ridder, judo black belt since he was a teenager, jiu-jitsu black belt as well. Not the best defense striking-wise. We saw that in the Gerald Meerschaert fight. Kind of clumsy, just really uses his striking to close the distance for takedowns. Did have good clinch work, body work against Bo Nickel in his last fight. Decent takedowns, had nice double legs against GM3 in their fight, but was getting hurt by GM3 in that fight, got knocked down round 1. We've seen him look good against guys like Kevin Holland and Bo Nickel in rounds 1 and 2, but I'm concerned of what happens as the fight progresses on into the the 4th and 5th rounds, with this being a main event fight, because he's never been 5 rounds. But I'm gonna go against the odds on this one. I'm gonna go with Reinier de Ridder. I was initially leaning towards Robert Whittaker, thinking, he's got all this championship experience in the UFC. He's fought high-level guys. But then it's like Reinier de Ridder, he was a champion over in one championship. I think he was a 2-time champion over there. And he's fought really good guys over there, and he has very high-level experience as well. The thing that is causing me to pick de Ridder in this one is because I think that he's eventually going to get a hold of Whittaker and out-grapple him and get him to the ground, and just kind of use his size and his grappling advantage over Whittaker. Whittaker was out-grappled by Chimaev. Chimaev's kind of a different style than Reinier de Ridder. He's more of like a bulldozer, kind of swarms you, shoots a very explosive double leg, kind of like almost football tackles you, and shoots takedowns with full commitment. So it's going to be a different style than what Reinier de Ridder does, but I think Reinier de Ridder is going to be able to get him down from the clinch, or just single legs, double legs as well, just because he's so big, and he's going to be pressing forward, and he's going to be able to I think take advantage of his grappling, his grappling advantage, I guess you would say, on the ground. Whittaker was able to scramble up on Chimaev, but then he got taken back down. I don't think Whittaker is going to have the pace or like the strength and wrestling ability that Chimaev does, but I think he's going to just be able to kind of walk forward on Whittaker and get a hold of him eventually. Even Dricus du Plessis was able to get a takedown on him and work on top and do damage and control him, and it was like a headlock hip toss that he was able to hit on Whittaker. And I just don't, it's not a good look for somebody like Whittaker to get taken down like that going into a fight against Reinier de Ridder, who's going to be looking solely to get this fight to the ground and work his ground game. So de Ridder, I think he gets this one done. I just think he's so much bigger. I think he's going to be kind of getting in Whittaker's face, making him uncomfortable. He's the true middleweight in this one. He's got the same amount of experience as Whittaker. Definitely not going to be the better striker. I think that Whittaker could keep it at range and kind of pick him apart. But going back and forth on this one, I got to lean on Reinier de Ridder to, eventually get the fight to the ground and find the neck of Whittaker, because we've seen that happen to him in the past. He got taken down by du Plessis, like I said. Khamzat Chimaev kind of ran through him. And I gotta go with Reinier to Ritter in this one. I think that he'll eventually get the takedown and get the choke on Whittaker. If not, I think he'll do enough control time and win enough rounds to get the decision. Thanks.